All right, good morning, good morning. Just getting the stream going, getting it up, getting Facebook started. How are we doing, YouTube? Facebook, come on, Facebook. There's Facebook. All right, y'all. Please enjoy this intro, short intro, while we get the stream populated. Check in, guys. Comment what city, what state you guys are tuning in from. We'll be back in a couple minutes. All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're back. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Check in, comment where you're tuning in from. We got Zimmerman, Minnesota's tuned in. We got Northwest Indiana tuned in. Good evening from Lithuania. I hope you guys had a good evening. So let's get started here. World news updates here on April 11th, 2022. And by the way, I'm your host, Andrew Mercado from Mercado Media. And we are going to be live on Monday mornings and Monday evenings, Tuesday evenings, Wednesday evenings, Thursday evenings, Friday morning, Saturday evening, and then Sundays are my day off. So if you're wondering where I was yesterday, I need one day off a week, just like a mental health reset day. Just one day. All right. Good morning from Twin Lakes, Wisconsin. All right. So, and like I said all last week, if you've been tuning in, I'm going to be incorporating any other world news or any other major news that has happened through the weekend or that we need to discuss or go through alongside the Ukraine war news. Good morning. Hello. Hello from snowy Oregon. All right. Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov says Russian forces will take Kyiv, other Ukrainian cities. Kadyrov said in the Telegram post on April 11th that Russian assault will be conducted against Mariupol and in Luhansk and Donetsk oblasts. after which Russian forces will take Kyiv. Willow was a member for 9 months. Good morning, squad. How is everyone doing? Let me switch over to my Twitter feed. Good morning, good morning. It's Monday. Oh, it is Monday. Oh, it is Member Monday. Oh, totally forgot. It is right, members. Let me finish reading it off and then keep checking in, y'all, but it is Member Monday. Mondays is the 1 day a week because, again, this is a viewer-funded, viewer-supported stream. The 1 day a week where the chat and the chat only changes to members only. All right, so the stream, if you're not a member and you can't, that's just not a thing for you right now, don't feel obligated. The video will still be public. Okay, so I'm not going to change the video over, but the chat will become members only for YouTube. All right. It is Monday. Keep checking in though. I'm going to keep reading off where you guys are tuned in from. This is the video from Kadyrov. Yes. All right, so one more time. Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov says Russian forces will take Kyiv, other Ukrainian cities. Kadyrov said in a Telegram post on April 11th that a Russian assault will be conducted against Mariupol and Luhansk and Donetsk Oblast, which after Russian forces will take Kyiv. A massive explosion was heard in Mykolaiv. Currently, one guard is injured. Mykolaiv Oblast Governor Vitaly Kim said Ukraine's air defense intercepted Russian missile. The wreckage of the Russian missile caught the fire. It was extinguished at 23:30 p.m. So that's 11:30 p.m. Austrian Chancellor to visit Moscow on April 11th. Chancellor Karl Nehammer, who visited Kyiv on April 9th, will be the first EU leader to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin since Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine on February 24th. Almost entire city of Severodonetsk shelled, says governor. Luhansk Oblast Governor Serhiy Haidai said the city's infrastructure has been almost completely destroyed. On April 11th, 2 residential buildings and a clinic were hit by Russia. Putin, Lukashenko to meet in Russia Far East on April 12th. The 2 dictators will discuss the war in Ukraine at Vostochny Cosmodrome in the Russian Far East. Russian state-controlled media reported that there will be a press conference after the meeting, so we're going to have to see what that was about. On Saturday, in collaboration with the international education and advocacy group Global Citizen, A-listers and political figures took part in the Stand Up for Ukraine social media rally. The event was hosted by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and President of the European Commission Ursula von der Leyen. That's sources from Global Citizen and Rolling Stone. China has reportedly delivered HQ-22 surface-to-air missile systems in Serbia. 2 people in China test positive for H5N6 bird flu after falling seriously ill. So, we got bird flu, H5N6 now. H5N6 bird flu. We're going to talk about that. Emmanuel Macron has won the first round of the French election, and far-right rival Marine Le Pen will fight him for the presidency for a second time, with 97% of results counted. Emmanuel Macron had 27.35% of the vote, Marine Le Pen 23.97%, and Jean-Luc Mélenchon 21.7%. A loud explosion caused a panic in New York City's Times Square at approximately 6:50 p.m. yesterday, according to a spokesperson from Con Edison, fan electric gas and steam provider to New York City. Quote, one manhole exploded in the Times Square area this evening due to a cable failure, and a second manhole was smoking. At this time, there had been no customer outages and no reports of injuries or property damage. Our crews remain on location, and that's right from ABC7 in New York. So if you guys saw New York City yesterday and people running and there was like explosions, that's what it was. So we'll be going over that too. And like I said, we're going to be including any other big happenings, and that's how we're going to start. So again, if you guys could like the video, make sure you're subscribed. Good morning, Andrew and followers. It is Member Monday, so the chat will be switching over to members only on YouTube, but the stream will remain public, and that's just for Mondays. All right, until I get a sponsor. The day I get a sponsor, Member Mondays won't be a thing, and then, becoming a member is completely optional regardless. Rain there. Where is rain? Where do you have rain? It's a nice sunny day here in Minnesota in the Twin Cities. Good morning from Portland, Oregon. It's snowing there. That's tough. It's been snowing here in Minnesota. I'm glad we have a nice day. It's going to be nearly 60 today. Good morning, Larry. How you doing? Hello, Daniel. Hello from Montpego, Virginia. I don't know why my stream is... Facebook's like being... I don't know what's going on with it. Hello. Cutting in and out. Oh, Facebook's having problems. Yeah, it is. Has it been bad? Is it freezing? YouTube, has the feed been good? Mississippi's tuned in. And you need to reset the Facebook Live. It keeps freezing. Oh dear. Good morning, Ontario, Canada. Hello. The feed's good on okay. Manchester, United Kingdom is tuned in. Hello, Diane. Having tech issues. Facebook, what is going on?
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims showed
evidence. Can never have a perfect stream, huh? Roller coaster weather, your plant died outside. I don't know. YouTube's good. All right. Your Facebook is not, though. Facebook is not good. Okay. How am I going to do this? But that would be too taxing on my... Alright. I don't know why things just don't work right, especially on Facebook. Sorry to anyone living in California because Facebook blows. For real. Sounds great here on YouTube. Alright, well, Facebook, I'm going to have to do something to fix that. That sucks. That's tough. Alright, I'm gonna have to end Facebook and then start another one. On Facebook. YouTube, I want to leave you guys going. Alright, YouTube, you guys are in a good spot.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told
Facebook is never good in general. YouTube is always better than Facebook for streams. I agree. Good morning. Hope you are all well. Yep, I know. I'm gonna try to get another one started for Facebook. I might need to just do you know what? I think I might need to do this. I need to stop multi-streaming. I need to just get another hard drive. Or excuse me, hard drive. Hello, Monday morning. Hello. Get a second GPU. And then I can do a second stream to Facebook without multi-streaming, because this is tough. Greetings and salutations from High Castle. Hello from Seneca, Wisconsin. Glad we have options, for real. Yeah, for real. Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get Facebook going. Call over to YouTube. Have them come over to YouTube for now. I'm going to get another Facebook stream going, though, but tell them to go to YouTube for now. Multi-streaming, I mean, it works when things are viral. Like when the war first started, multi-streaming was fine. But now it's tough to get your algorithm out there, especially after I took 10 days off to get into my new apartment, y'all. The algorithms have not been kind. I'm downloading Streamlabs on my... I should just download OBS on my computer. Or on my laptop. and then I can screen capture the YouTube stream to Facebook. I think this is what I'm gonna have to do from now on. I'm gonna try this actually. So for the night stream, I'm gonna stream straight to YouTube and then screen capture that to Facebook because it's my stream anyways. And that might save on issues. I have a 2080 Ti. And now here is the 3080. 4 times cheaper and 100 times better than our 2080 Ti. Great, that's the one I got. No, 2080 Ti is solid, but it's, I mean, man, I think it's time. Okay. Monday mornings, I'm gonna do this. Hello. I'm gonna get Facebook a better stream, y'all. I promise. I'm downloading OBS onto my laptop, and I'm gonna try something. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna fix this for Facebook. Here I am. Welcome, everyone. We have a Facebook page too, and I'm not gonna end YouTube. I'm gonna do this now, and I might have to in the future maybe do Facebook a certain time of day and then YouTube at a different time. It's running already. Oh, Microsoft Edge. Oh, I gotta close Edge. Okay. Alright, it's a Monday morning for me, chat. It's a super Monday morning for me. Open that. What is going on here? Okay. I think we might have to just try again. Your stream is fine for Facebook? I know.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims showed evidence.
Yeah, I see it. I'm trying to fix it, y'all. I'm gonna have to restart my laptop now. Well, how's everybody on YouTube doing while we're waiting? You have 414 tuned in. I'll leave the chat open. Day off Sunday stream. Yes, I had a day off. We had a day off yesterday. There's plenty of news to go through. I'm just trying to get Facebook started. We have nearly 100,000 people over on Facebook. So as much as y'all on YouTube have a distaste for the platform, we have quite a few people over there that tune in. So good morning from Port Angeles, Washington. Good morning. You only caught the end of what you said about New York City. They said cables cause manhole explosions. Yes. I'll read that for YouTube while I'm getting Facebook started. So at the end here, you can also find this in our description. So a loud explosion caused a panic in New York City's Times Square at approximately 6:50 p.m. Eastern Time, according to a spokesperson from Con Edison, an electric, gas, and steam provider to New York City. One manhole exploded in the Times Square area this evening due to a cable failure, and a second manhole was smoking. At this time, there have been no customer outages and no reports of injuries or property damage. Our crews remain on location, and that's straight from ABC7 in New York. So, straight from New York City, if you're wondering what the hell that was yesterday. We have video and everything, guys, just like we usually do. I'm just trying to fix Facebook because Mark Zuckerberg. If you're watching this stream after the fact, just fast forward through this. Fast forward until you see me start going through news. Because a lot of people do watch these streams afterwards because they can't catch them live. Fast forward through all this. Well, Facebook, I'm about to end you. Okay, Facebook ended. All right, now I need to... I'm gonna try this. Greetings all, good morning. Link to is Facebook down. Oh, really? So Facebook's just having issues in general? When isn't it? YouTube is a better... I mean, I wish YouTube live streaming was more popular than Twitch, but the algorithm on Facebook is so good. Getting your stream out there to people. But lately it actually hasn't been. As of like the last week or two, it's been absolutely terrible. Hey there, I'm changed to YouTube. Hello. I'm getting Facebook going though anyways. I know we have a bunch of people over there. I ended it for now. What in the hell, dude? OBS files being used by the following applications. How is that possible? Monday things just aren't working correct today, y'all. So Facebook down is a popular search right now. So I think the Facebook app is having issues. But I don't know why I can't install OBS Studio. That's annoying. I have to use Streamlabs, but I'd rather use OBS Studio on my laptop. It uses less resources. Hey, Andrew came over from Facebook. I'm glad you guys are finding it over here. Facebook's down, it looks like. So it's not me. Nothing correct over works. Yeah, because I have perfect connection. Hey, I figured out my connection problems. But I'm trying to get I'm trying to see if this works, and if it doesn't work, then Facebook. That doesn't make sense, though. I literally don't get it. Whatever. Streamlabs it is. Oh dear, I don't even know how to. Yeah, fast forward through all this if you're watching after the fact. Hardware, no. Okay, hardware, CBR. Whoa. This looks so different. 6,000. None of this is even on the frames too. Alright, I'm hoping this works, Facebook. Try again. It's gonna be interesting. The journey to get the Facebook stream started. Hello, Larry. Good morning from Missoula, Montana. I read that as Monteria. I know, Streamlabs is terrible. That's why I was trying to get OBS going. But OBS was having an issue. At least on my laptop, because I'm trying to screen record.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence.
Good news is my desk is ready to be picked up, guys. I can. Oh, great. Patience works in these type of situations. I'm glad you guys are hanging out though. Hanging out and chilling in the chat. You look happy in your new place. Yeah, I'm happier than I would be right now. I would be usually more stressed out from something like this. Good morning. Who's buying breakfast? Breakfast does sound amazing right now. Good morning from San Diego. I'm leaving the chat open until we get Facebook going and until we get started. StreamYards is terrible too, yes. StreamYards is good for interviews, actually. I wish there was a better like interviewing. I mean, you have Zoom, but even Zoom you have to integrate into your browser source. Okay. Oof. All I need to do is just okay. Get rid of that. I don't even know if this is gonna work. We'll see. If it doesn't, I might have to just stream on YouTube and then share the stream to Facebook.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence.
Okay. That's good. So you pull up. Oh, wow. I'm going to use Chrome. Fast forward through all this still. Fast forward. There's nothing breaking happening right now. That's the one thing. We're not missing any breaking news. All right. I have that right there. Oh man, this is gonna melt my laptop, isn't it? Just gonna melt my laptop. Jesus.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims showed evidence.
My laptop's already hot. See how well this works. If it doesn't, we're gonna have to be on YouTube for the streams. Listen, more people tune into the streams to the live streams on YouTube. We have more followers on Facebook, but more people watch the stream on YouTube. All right, I'm getting Facebook here. Prayers it works. I mean, it's not like we'll stop posting on Facebook, or I won't stop doing Facebook live streams, but like these type of streams, where I'm at home, a lot of people are like, Andrew, that's all I've ever seen you do. I get it. But I will be out doing my own reporting too this year. Plenty of it. But for the news streams, I might have to just do YouTube for these ones and then share it to Facebook, because again, there's 432 people tuned in right now on YouTube, and that's more than on Facebook, even on a primetime slot, even during the nighttime. For some reason, the Facebook algorithm isn't work for it. All right, see how this does. See how this goes. All right, and then thumbnail. Stream key. Alright, we're getting there.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims showed evidence.
I see it. Oh. Okay. It might be a little, the video's gonna be behind on. Alright, this is probably gonna work. This might actually work. Lord. Alright, Facebook, I sent a new stream out there. New stream to the Facebook. Alright. I'm hoping this worked now. Are we good? Alright, Facebook worked. All I did was all I'm doing is screen recording my YouTube stream. It's the same thing, it's me. Can't copyright myself. Copyright strike myself. All right, we're good. I see the Facebook stream went live. We're good now. Could we begin? They are behind. We are true. Good point, Margaret. Good point. I mean, like they're gonna be about 20 like maybe 10 seconds behind what you guys see is what I mean. But we should be good. Are we getting back out there? We're fixed. It's back. All right. Spam the reactions. Notification came on. You've seen it. All right. All right then. Cool. There we go. All right. Now I'm going to share this Facebook stream back out. Okay. I'll read the description again. All right. Patience worked. I'm hoping my laptop doesn't get too hot and then start lagging later. Should be good now. All right. So I'm going to read the overview one more time and then we're going to begin. I'm going to turn there we go. All right. World news updates. April 11th. Now we can start. All right. Here we go. Now everyone is here. Good to go. Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov says Russian forces will take Kyiv, other Ukrainian cities. Kadyrov said in the Telegram post on April 11th that a Russian assault will be conducted against Mariupol and in Luhansk and Donetsk Oblasts, after which Russian forces will take Kyiv. A massive explosion heard in Mykolaiv. Currently, one guard is injured. Mykolaiv Oblast Governor Vitaly said Ukraine's air defense intercepted Russian missile. The wreckage of the Russian missile caused a fire. It was extinguished at 23:30 p.m. Vitaly Kim. Austrian Chancellor to visit Moscow on April 11th. Chancellor Karl Nehammer, who visited Kyiv on April 9th, will be the first EU leader to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin since Russia launched a full-scale invasion of Ukraine on February 24th. Almost entire city of Severodonetsk shelled, says governor. Luhansk Oblast Governor Serhiy Haidai said the city's infrastructure has been almost completely destroyed. On April 10th, 2 residential buildings and a clinic were hit in Russia. Putin Lukashenko to meet in Russian Far East on April 12th. The 2 dictators will discuss the war in Ukraine at Vostochny Cosmodrome in the Russian Far East. Russian state-controlled media reported that there will be a press conference after the meeting. On Saturday, in collaboration with the international education and advocacy group called Global Citizen, A-listers and political figures took part in the Stand Up for Ukraine social media rally. The event was co-hosted by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and President of the European Union Ursula von der Leyen. Source: Global Citizen and Rolling Stone. China has reportedly delivered HQ-22 surface-to-air missile systems to Serbia. Source: Independent. 2 people in China tested positive for H5N6 bird flu after falling seriously ill. Source: BNO News. Emmanuel Macron has won the first round of the French election, and far-right rival Marine Le Pen fight him for presidency for a second time with 97% of the results counted. Emmanuel Macron had 27.35% of the vote, Marine Le Pen 23.97%, and Jean-Luc Mélenchon 21.7%. Source: BBC. A loud explosion caused a panic in New York Times Square at approximately 6:50 p.m. Eastern Time, according to a spokesperson from Con Edison, an electric, gas, and steam provider to New York City. Quote, one manhole exploded in the Times Square area this evening due to a cable failure, and a second manhole was smoking. At this time, there had been no customer outages and no reports of injuries or property damage. Our crews remain on location. All right, here we go. So this is the video from Ramzan Kadyrov. Oh, it was supposed to be. Here it is. Ramzan Kadyrov, the story that I had read at the top. Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov says Russian forces will take Kyiv, other Ukrainian cities. Kadyrov said in Telegram post, keep in mind this is the TikTok army. So they could just be saying this stuff for hype. All right. So keep that in mind.
Уже 2 часа ночи, я получил все доклады от всех командиров и получил от них карты, полностью точки обозначены, задачи ясны, и мы уже начинаем работать конкретно, точечно, и будет наступательная наша работа. не только в Мариуполе, там, ну и всех других там населенных пунктах, городах и селах, да, на Луганск и Донецк, да, полностью в первую очередь освободим. Такая вот поставлена задача Верховным главнокомандующим нашим дорогим президентом Владимиром Путиным. И потом дальше заберем Киев и все остальные города. У нас цель не забрать города, у нас цель вот уничтожить этих бандеровцев, нациков, которые и шайтанов, так говорящие на чеченском, называющие себя мусульманами.
All right, so that's Kadyrov. How's the stream going on Facebook? It should be working. I'm considering, y'all, hey, the live streams are struggling on Facebook lately in terms of these kinds. So I'm considering streaming to YouTube and then sharing the YouTube stream on Facebook. We post plenty, and there's plenty of updates and clips in our stream, and I'll just share the YouTube stream on Facebook because it's getting ridiculous. For about a few days now, it's been struggling all the time. Like Lorraine said, I am only on Facebook. I'm on YouTube every other stream. That's what I figured. Mariupol. Here's a video of Mariupol right now in Ukraine, or at least this was posted today. The city of Mariupol to the southeastern region of Ukraine.
Мой горит, Адик, 39-й горит? Нет.
This is Mariupol.
Мой горит, Адик, 39-й горит? Нет.
Wow. So again, this is Mariupol in Ukraine, the southeastern port city.
Адик, 39-й горит? Нет.
Alright. Yeah, it's... What is this? In the... No, graphic video. Here's a video from a Ukrainian soldier launching an Igla. Unknown date and location. This was posted today. I saw Rob Turkla posted it. He posted it today as well. It's just a new clip. So if anything, it's a new video, but it's an unknown location and unknown date.
Доброго вечора, ми з України.
He's like completely unfazed from this explosion that goes up. right. Hey, the other thing too, chat, YouTube, it's Monday, so I'm gonna switch the chat over real fast. All right. Give me 1 second. Hello, good morning. Again, Mondays only, member Monday. Every hour I'll do a viewer check-in. All right. Thank you guys. Viewer funded, viewer sponsored stream. So this is the 1 day a week that I set the chat to members only on YouTube. All right. All right. Let's get it. Continue on. Members check in. Hey Ozuna, how you doing, buddy? OZ's checked in. A Russian armored column is ambushed. So here's another ambush video. We can see how terrible the Russian tactics are. Again, unknown location. Does it give a location? Is there a reportedly done by the 54th Mechanized Brigade in the Donetsk Oblast? Okay, the 54th Mechanized Brigade in the Donetsk Oblast. Hey, Kristen. Hello from Egan, Minnesota. Hello, Egan. How you doing, Kimberly? Dang. That was a...
Добрий вечір, ми з України. Хлопці, 54-та бригада підбила колону во главі танку. І от там ще 4 коробочки згорівші. Зараз, якщо получиться, приближу. Оп. Вон згорівші стоять, блядь, калимаги сепарські, блядь.
Wow. Listening in from Claremore, Oklahoma. Hello, how you doing, Barbara? I see you, Jennifer. I see you. You're a member on Facebook, probably. Dallas, Texas, checking in on Facebook. I see you, Tori. I got both chats up, Jennifer, so you're good.
Добрий вечір, ми з України. Хлопці, 54-та бригада підбила колону.
Hey, Tia, good morning.
Танку.
Wow.
І от там ще 4 коробочки згорівші. Зараз, якщо получиться, приближу. Оп. Вон згорівші стоять, блядь, калимаги сепарські, блядь.
I see your comments too, Lisa. All right. So that was a Russian armored column ambush. You can see, oh, I didn't even see the secondary in the back hit. Or even back here. This whole line. Look at how many vehicles there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 in here. Good morning from Pennsylvania. Hey, Tom, Oklahoma City. Multiple, dang. Nicholas, how you doing? Good morning, Standy. I know I'm gonna do that too, Cheryl. We should watch that as like right away to start.
Добрий вечір, ми з України. Хлопці, 54-та бригада підбила колону во главі танку. І от там ще 4 коробочки згорівші. Зараз, якщо получиться, приближу. Оп. Вон згорівші стоять, блядь, калимаги сепарські, блядь.
Hey, Elrad, good morning. Hey. All right, let's watch that real fast. Well, not real fast, but Zelensky's 60 Minutes interview. Zelensky, 60 Minutes. If you guys haven't seen this yet.
Я думаю,
I started watching and I said, nope, we gotta wait for the stream. So this is the 60 Minutes interview with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. I'll be pausing it every so often. I don't know if they do hard copyright or not, but we'll be going through this. All right, like the video. If you guys haven't, share the stream out. Full credit to 60 Minutes for this reporting. We're just going to be reacting to it. So watching and reacting, full credit to 60 Minutes. This isn't my video, just fair use.
On February 24th, with the Russian invasion coming at him from three sides, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky reached for his most powerful weapon.
Who was here watching the stream from day one? Who's here been watching since day one? Or comment at what point you started tuning into my stream for YouTube is behind 5 minutes. No, I don't see it. No, it's behind a minute or two for sure, but not 5 minutes. Just refresh your stream if you need to. But who's been watching since the beginning? So some of this might even be a flashback for you. It's been over a month. That's incredible to believe. It feels like it's been a lot longer. That a little over a week I was gone. Felt interview with President Vladimir Zelensky. Biden is going to speak. Really? Do we have the link for it? We should watch. See what he says, because that was yesterday. Do we have the link for that? Is he gonna say anything about the war? I wonder. Comment where you guys are tuning in from. How are you doing this now? It's still morning. It's almost 11 in the morning here. This here while we're waiting for that. Pro-Russian convoy drives through Ireland with flags and Z markings. Is there any sound on this video? So we have a convoy. Yeah, and that is a pro-Russian convoy driving through Ireland with flags and Z markings. I don't have the link to Biden speaking. Video from April 2nd. They've just been taking them out. This is a video. This is probably a Russian military convoy was heading for Kyiv a few days ago. It was obliterated by the Ukrainian army, practically wiped off the earth. So this is aftermath of a Russian convoy that was heading towards Kyiv. I was gonna say this looks like the highway in Brovary that I don't know if it was a few days ago. This looks familiar. Maybe it is separate. No, it's different. The one in Brovary had buildings and houses on the sides. Another destroyed. Wow. Continuing on, I don't know anything about Biden speaking, so I can't find that. So let's continue on. Let's open our list. The EU countries will step up arms supplies to Ukraine, German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock said. As the European Union, as friends of Ukraine, in the future we will intensify arms supplies. After a meeting of EU foreign ministers in Luxembourg. EU countries will step up arms supplies to Ukraine, German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock said. As the European Union, as friends of Ukraine, in the future we will intensify arms supplies. Baerbock told reporters after a meeting of EU foreign ministers in Luxembourg. What do we have? What is this? Oh, they geoconfirmed this location of smoke. All right, video from social media showing CCTV footage of a Putin regime terrorist MLRS shelling of civilian areas in Kharkiv today with munition that contains some kind of delay action explosives. So this is CCTV footage in the areas of Kharkiv. Kharkiv is to the northeast. To the east. Right here. Lots of activity in Kharkiv. Lots of activity in this city. Oh, wow. I'm glad that I was just behind this car. I'm glad the car got out of there. I'm glad the car got out of there in time. Goodness. Right behind the car. Again, this was in Kharkiv. All right, more Putin regime, more destroyed Russian equipment. Russian tanks there. NATO has announced today they will be deploying 2 multinational naval groups consisting of 16 ships to the Baltic Sea for operational exercises to reassure allies in the Baltic region over the next week. The groups will include minesweepers, amphibious ships, and frigates. All right, NATO has announced today they will be deploying 2 multinational naval groups consisting of 16 ships to the Baltic Sea for operational exercises to reassure allies in the Baltic region over the next week. The groups will include minesweepers, amphibious ships, and frigates. Belarusian border guards accuse Polish law enforcement agencies in attack on border checkpoint. With a slingshot? Belarusian border guards accused Polish law enforcement agencies in an attack on border checkpoint with a slingshot. Let's see what this is. I must have missed it. Oh, okay, right there at the end. Uses a slingshot? Okay. NATO is in session and live right now. Are they talking about Ukraine? NATO allies agree that was on the 7th. Are you sure they're in session right now? Where is does Discord have? Are you guys in Discord? Join our Discord server to drop links into the server.
The effects of the war in Ukraine.
Okay, here we go.
And the mothers of the soldiers in the Russian Federation who must wait in agony, wondering if their sons will return home or have been involved in attacks on civilians. No one knows a greater agony than the grieving mother of a fallen soldier or the grieving mother of a soldier who has returned home from a campaign that featured atrocity. Mothers are on either side of the war. They are suffering the dangers and atrocities being carried out on their children and by their children. It is therefore exceedingly inappropriate that in the public reporting of the negotiations for a ceasefire, we see few women and mothers at the table. We urge all relevant actors in the ongoing negotiations and those that follow to ensure the inclusion of women as participants and decision makers. The same should be the case for all the institutions and operations that are responding to this war. We call for humanitarian corridors to be established and protected. We urge that the humanitarian actors.
All right, so this we don't have to sit It's the same thing all the time. Let's watch the United States, which was a while ago now, and then we'll watch Russia's response. I don't see Ukraine on here yet, but I do see that the United States spoke already. So this was about an hour and a half ago. This is going right now. This is a live stream. All right. So this is happening. So let's watch the United States, and then let's watch what Russia says. All right.
It's yours. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you, Mr. President. We're honored by your presence here with us today and thankful to the United Kingdom for leading this debate. Thank you to our briefers from UN Women and UNICEF for
It is the United Nations Security Council. That's what this is. So you watch the Humanitarian Council, or we watch the Humanitarian Council, and Russia they quit from it. This is the Security Council now in the UN.
Remarks and for the work your teams are doing on the ground. I too visited Romania and Moldova and saw your teams on the ground working with vulnerable people. And I'd like to give an especially strong thank you to Ms. Cheripaka for being with us today and for sharing the voices of women and children in Ukraine. She's the first civil society briefer we've had brief us in an official council meeting. Thank you very much. When men like President Putin start wars, women and children get displaced. Women and children get hurt. Women and children get raped and abused, and women and children die. Since the start of Russia's unprovoked war against Ukraine, Russia has bombed orphanages and maternity hospitals. We've seen mass graves with dead children stacked on top of each other. On Friday, a train station being used for civilian evacuations, mostly women and children, was struck by a Russian missile. Washington Post reporters saw at least 20 dead, including children. Limbs and luggage were scattered everywhere. A maimed dog shivered next to one of the dead. According to the reporters, a large piece of missile on the scene had chilling words written on the side. In Russian, it said, "For the children." That is what Russia's war looks like. What is happening to women and children in Ukraine is horrific, beyond comprehension. Mr. President, when I was in Moldova and Romania, I saw with my own eyes some of the human toll of Russia's brutal war. I met with a few of the 11.6 million people who are now displaced from their homes, representatives of the largest refugee crisis in Europe since World War II. The mass displacement includes over half of all of Ukraine's children. Half of Ukraine's children have left behind their homes, their schools, and often at least one of their parents. Meanwhile, 90% of refugees from Ukraine are women and children. And as our briefers make clear today, being a woman or a child adds an additional risk. Women in Ukraine are at increased risk for gender-based violence, including rape, sexual assault, and sexual exploitation. We know that anyone at risk before war is at a heightened risk of being targeted for physical and sexual violence during a war, and that includes women and children, religious and ethnic minorities, LGBTQI+ individuals, and people living with disabilities. The deputy mayor of Kyiv told reporters that some girls are cutting their hair short in hopes of avoiding rape by Russian troops. Family separations leave girls in particular at increased risk for sexual exploitation and trafficking. And we've heard sobering reports of traffickers targeting women as they seek protection abroad. All of this is why the United States initiative, Safe from the Start, calls on all humanitarian actors to prioritize resources and programs to address gender-based violence from the onset. Given everything we know about gender-based violence in conflict and the accounts we're hearing, we cannot wait for a lengthy assessment. We should not hold up resources with the excuse of incomplete data. This is an active crisis that grows worse by the day. We need to start interventions immediately to prevent and respond to gender-based gender-based violence now. For our part, the United States funded humanitarian efforts in and around Ukraine lift up networks for survivors of gender-based violence in Ukraine and in neighboring countries, and we're supporting programs for child protection and advocacy too. We will continue to support our partners in these efforts. For example, we're highly supportive of UNICEF's mobile child protection teams, and we're working in conflict zones like Ukraine to deliver life-saving supplies and provide emergency social work services. These horrific acts also remind us that we must support efforts to prevent them from happening in the first place. This means ensuring that women's voices and rights are always respected and elevated. And it means ensuring that abuses against them and against children are held to account. There must be pathways to healing and access to justice
Hey, Daniel.
for survivors. Finally, I want to remind us all that women are far from passive victims in this war. As we just heard from UN Women, women are playing critical leadership roles in Ukraine to address this impact of the war. Some women are valiantly defending their homes, their communities, their country, including many women who've been serving in the Ukrainian military since 2014. Others are protecting their families and their children, bringing them to safety. And still others are the ones supplying food and shelter, water and medicine to those in need. Women are the ones who will get Ukraine through this humanitarian catastrophe, and women must be consistently and meaningfully involved as active participants and leaders in securing long-term sustainable peace. When I met with women in Moldova and Romania, they all had different stories, but they all had the same dream: to return to a peaceful Ukraine, to return to a Ukraine where they have a say in their own and their children's future. Let us ensure women are a robust part of that peace process, and let us hope that day they dreamed of comes soon. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
So that was United States delegation. We have Broken Wrench asks, and Mercado, if you get a chance, could you please tell us what and how you became interested in journalism? Well, I mean, I've made a documentary in the past about my time in the military, and it was just a situation of being in the right. I mean, I didn't plan on it. It wasn't a goal of mine to be in journalism. I just went out in Minneapolis one night, and then the rest is history. All right, now let's listen to China, and then I think Russia speaks after Gabon. So let's just go right to Russia. China's just gonna agree with everything Russia says. So let's listen to Russia's response now. This is the United Nations Security Council. This is going live right now, so this already happened, but this feed is going live.
Спасибо, господин председатель. Благодарим сегодняшних докладчиков за предоставленную информацию. Коллеги, мы не сомневались, что сегодня со стороны наших западных коллег вновь прозвучит множество измышлений в отношении того, что сейчас происходит.
Is there no English translation?
Информационной войны, которая по своей интенсивности.
Where's the English translation?
We know there are people who believe it, but that doesn't make it true. And finally, the only true threshold here is the appalling degree of unspeakable crimes we are discovering.
For their statement, I now give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're grateful to today's briefers for the information. Colleagues, we had no doubt that today our Western colleagues would once again voice all kinds of ideas about what is taking place in Ukraine in light of the special military operation they were conducting. We are very familiar with the algorithm of your MO, and that is to distort and discredit the special military operation, to remain silent about inconvenient facts, and promote the fakes and propaganda efforts of Ukraine and those professional PR experts working for the regime. All your efforts are fully in line with the logic of the information war unleashed against Russia. That war is as intense as the military operations on the ground.
Wow.
Now, a new threshold of disinformation has been set by our Albanian colleague. The permanent representative of Albania has listed almost the entire list of crimes that are ascribed to us, without even taking the time to mention that no convincing evidence has been presented for any of these crimes. Now, it's understandable that you have trampled on the presumption of innocence a long time ago. Now, recently, joint Ukrainian and Western industry for the creation of fakes has reached a new level and has started creating fabrications and staging events in the best traditions of the infamous British-Syrian white helmets. Everyone is still hearing about the unprecedented, both in its cruelty as well as in its crudeness in the way it was performed, the provocation in the city of Bucha in the Kyiv Oblast. It is still being promoted as a supposed crime committed by the Russian army, in spite of irrefutable evidence about the staged character of what took place, and this evidence is only increasing. I won't get into the details. We have informed the Security Council about most of them last Tuesday, after the British presidency, in contravention of the basic rules of procedure of the Council, did everything so as not to allow the organization of a separate meeting on this provocation. I will simply say that after a thorough analysis of the actions of the Ukrainian Nazis, it's hard to shake a sense of déjà vu. In 1944, the intellectual forefathers of the Kyiv radicals, acting in the best traditions of the main Hitler propaganda czar Goebbels, organized a provocation with the supposedly brutally murdered civilians by Red Army soldiers in the town of Nemmersdorf in eastern Prussia. That was preceded by a circular letter sent to the biggest German newspapers, which described in detail how best to present the so-called atrocities of the Soviet soldiers. Today, people read newspapers less and less, and such guidelines are appearing on social media, and there's no particular attempt to even conceal them. Creators are recruited for crowd scenes and given instructions on what aspects to focus on. In other words, Goebbels would have been very happy with the ambition of his Ukrainian descendants. However, they were betrayed by the quality of their performance. The staged events in Nemmersdorf, aimed at creating the legend about the so-called mass murders and rapes by the Red Army, were subsequently and convincingly debunked by various experts. And the name of the town became synonymous with the crude propaganda stunt, just as the one that was organized in Bucha. However, the Bucha provocation last week was overshadowed by another one, which Ukrainian Nazis organized in the town of Kramatorsk, which for the time being is still under their control. This is a classic false flag operation. I'll dwell on it in a little more detail, especially since many mentioned it today. On the 8th of April, from the area around the town of Dobropolye, in 45 kilometers to the southwest of Kramatorsk, the Ukrainian armed forces conducted a strike using the rocket .U on the main railroad station of the town of Kramatorsk. Over 50 people were killed, including 5 children. 98 people were wounded were delivered to the hospitals of Kramatorsk, including 16 children, 46 women, and 36 men. Why are we speaking? Why are we so sure about the responsibility of Ukrainians rather than Russian army, as was immediately stated by the Western media? For several.
Oh my god, dude. My brain. Oh my gosh. My brain. I just like after nearly 50 days. Oh man, did we lose the the camera died, huh? Wow. That's just how Monday's going. My big camera died. It's a Monday. This is just like the same. It's like watching the same thing over and over and over and over again. Russia commits atrocities. Russia lies. Russia denies. They hold a world conference or like a they hold a session, a special session, new sanctions are rolled out, and then it's the same thing for weeks now. For weeks now. Just the same thing over and over and over and over again. The same thing. The biggest thing the biggest thing to happen though would be the expulsion of the Russian troops around Kyiv. I'm just like I'm getting to the point where I'm getting numb to it. I don't like that because none of it's changing. The biggest change was the expulsion of troops around this region, and now they're over here. And there's increased activity to the east and to the south. So it's just I'm not gonna let them drag me down. I gotta let them drag me down. It's just tough way to start the week with this, and nothing. It's just the same things. It's just all of it happens. Russia denies, and then cycle repeats.
Several reasons. I'll mention 3 of them. First of all, the Russian army doesn't have the tactical missile systems .U. They're obsolete. They have been replaced by Iskander rockets a long time ago and are only actively used by the Ukrainian army. Secondly, the pictures taken by witnesses shortly after the strike and before the arrival of Ukrainian propagandists made it possible to unequivocally determine not only the type of rocket, but the direction from which it was launched. And that area is under the control for the time being of the Ukrainian army. Lastly, thirdly, using the same pictures, it's easy to identify the serial number of the .U rocket. It is part of the series Sh-915. Rockets from this serial group were regularly used to shell the cities of the Donbass. There are fragments from those rockets with the same serial numbers. The same type of rocket was used on the 14th of March by the 19th Separate Rocket Brigade by the Ukrainian army to conduct a rocket strike against the center of Donetsk. 21 inhabitants of Donetsk were killed, 36 were wounded. The horrific pictures of that strike are still continue to be passed off by Western media as the shelling of Kyiv. So, the provocation in Kramatorsk
is passed off by media as
was not very successful either. However, Ukrainian propagandists clearly are trying to learn from their mistakes and to work better. They're really trying hard. Just over the past few days, we have
the other thing too that I've noticed that in Russian propaganda and just disinformation in general is, I mean, what media said that this was happening in Kyiv, but it was that's either a bold-faced lie, or they found, and Fox News does this too. They find just like something that's completely not even on point with an argument like that. What video in there hasn't been any Western media saying that there was an explosion in Donetsk and it was really in Kyiv. And the way that they do that is that they find some garbage media outlet that doesn't even like have any attention, and then they'll promote it as if like that is like the main point or like the counterpoint to their point. Like Fox News does this too. They'll have on like just like people that aren't even on point with their own argument, but then they'll say this is the argument for liberals or for the left or whatever. And it's just like someone that doesn't even have their points together, or it's someone that isn't even representative of the main point. Then they'll do it to be able to have something to go against, even if it is complete garbage. Just garbage.
The town of Dobropolye, in 45 kilometers to the southwest of Kramatorsk, the Ukrainian armed forces conducted a strike using the rocket .U on the main railroad station of the town of Kramatorsk. Over 50 people were killed, including 5 children. 98 people were wounded were delivered to the hospitals of Kramatorsk, including 16 children, 46 women, and 36 men. Why are we speaking? Why are we so sure about the responsibility of Ukrainians rather than Russian army, as was immediately stated by the Western media? For several reasons. I'll mention 3 of them. First of all, the Russian army doesn't have the tactical missile systems .U. They're obsolete. They have been replaced by Iskander rockets a long time ago and are only actively used by the Ukrainian army. Secondly, the pictures taken by witnesses shortly after the strike and before the arrival of Ukrainian propagandists made it possible to unequivocally determine not only the type of rocket, but the direction from which it was launched. And that area is under the control for the time being of the Ukrainian army. Thirdly, using the same pictures, it's easy to identify the serial number of the .U rocket. It is part of the series Sh-915. Rockets from this serial group were regularly used to shell the cities of the Donbass. There are fragments from those rockets with the same serial numbers. The same type of rocket was used on the 14th of March by the 19th Separate Rocket Brigade of by the Ukrainian army to conduct a rocket strike against the center of Donetsk. 21 inhabitants of Donetsk were killed, 36 were wounded. The horrific pictures of that strike are still continue to be passed off by...
Hey, listen. All you need to know about this, all you need to know about Russia is this. There was another clip that I'm just thinking of, and I forgot to play it. Here's another classic from Dmitry Peskov on Sky News. This is Russia.
Verified this next video to early March in the same area of Bucha. And here we see a woman with a bike, named today as Irina Filkina, walking along Yablonska Street when Russian troops were in control. Around the corner is an armoured vehicle identified by our team as a Russian military vehicle. So the Russians are there. You can see the vehicle fire a shot which creates a plume of smoke exactly where Irina was standing with her bike. Now, after the Russians had withdrawn, this video, geolocated to the exact same spot, showed Irina lying dead on the ground. So there can be no real doubt, surely, that this shows Russian troops killing a civilian.
Yeah.
It's right there on film.
I'll appreciate if you could be more specific. How could you exactly identify the Russian tank or whatever, what was standing? Why do you think it was Russian?
Okay, well, I think we got a still that shows the Russian tank. You can see, if you look at that, you can see the V marking.
Well, if you see here, I mean, you can literally see the marking of your vehicles. Like, even with video evidence, I mean, And when the West is like not, the West is just going to sanction them, and then not,
because
they don't need to tell the truth anyways. Who's going to hold them accountable? The West? They've already shown that they don't give a shit what the West says or does. They're a part of the UN. They don't even care. They're sitting on the UN Security Council. Just don't care.
Our team is all
one more time, in case you missed it or just started watching now.
Because our team has also verified this next video to early March in the same area of Bucha. And here we see a woman with a bike, named today as Irina Filkina, walking along Yablonska Street when Russian troops were in control. Around the corner is an armoured vehicle identified by our team as a Russian military vehicle. So the Russians are there. You can see the vehicle fire a shot which creates a plume of smoke exactly where Irina was standing with her bike. Now, if I could just finish, Ms. Press, sorry. After the Russians had withdrawn, this video, geolocated to the exact same spot, showed Irina lying dead on the ground. So there can be no real doubt, surely, that this shows Russian troops killing a civilian.
Yeah.
It's right there on film.
I'll appreciate if you could be more specific. I'll appreciate if you could be more specific. How could you exactly identify the Russian tank or whatever, what was standing? Why do you think it was Russian?
Okay, well, I think we got a still that shows the Russian tank. You can see, if you look at that, you can see the V marking.
All right. You can see the V marking, he says.
Because our team is...
Mariupol garrison is having it extreme right now. Our guys are all alone in a besieged city defending the last pockets next the main fortress, the Azovstal plant. The situation has not seen in Europe since World War II. Mariupol. So Russia, deny, lie, deny. So the latest update from John. We have a couple to likely go through. You can go through that video. Day 47. There's day 47, day 46. All right. So here comes John Sweeney. You can go follow him on Twitter, John Sweeney Roar, and his daily diaries. So this was day 46 from yesterday, and then we'll go through day 47.
Day 46 of Vladimir Putin's war. Yesterday, Boris Johnson came to Kyiv, had talks with President Zalensky, and went for a walk with the President of Ukraine down here in Kreshati. Now, I'm not a fan of Boris Johnson. I think many people will know that. I'm gravely worried about his friendship with Yevgeny Lebedev, who he made Baron Siberia, because Yevgeny's dad is Alexander Lebedev, and he was a full colonel in the KGB, and this is an organization from which you cannot retire. Having said that, it was a wonderful symbol that one of the heads of government of the G7 came to Kyiv, and Boris Johnson was the first one. So much as I register those previous thoughts, good on Boris for coming here. Life in Kyiv is becoming more and more normal. We all know what's going to happen next. There's going to be a great big battle in the south and in the east. And what I think Vladimir Putin's plan is for them and him to save some kind of face, to keep the land they've grabbed, and to keep the land they grabbed back in 2014. And knowing the Ukrainians, I think they're going to fight like tigers to do their very best to end Russian occupation. And we'll see who's going to win this contest. But I think you know whose side I'm on. Love from Kyiv.
All right, and then here is the one from today, or 7 hours ago. Battle for Donbass, brutality versus Ukraine.
Kyiv Diary, day 47 of Vladimir Putin's war. The electricity's still on, the internet's still on. There are no Russian tanks in Krashatik or anything like it. And I'm still wearing my lucky orange hat. The Russians have lost the battle for Kyiv. What happens next is the battle for the Donbass. This is down south. Remember, in 2014, Russian forces and their proxies took half of two counties in the southeast, Donetsk and Luhansk. And now, in this phase of the war, which started in late February, they've got a kind of rim of towns and one city, Kherson, down south. And what they're hoping to do, I think by May the 9th, which is the anniversary of the end of the Second World War in Soviet terms, is to consolidate those gains, and then Vladimir Putin will call it a victory. That'll be a lie, of course. But the problem for the Ukrainians is that here up north in the Battle for Kyiv, they were defending, and they did so brilliantly. Attacking is much more difficult and much more costly in terms of blood and treasure. And the West hasn't really given the Ukrainians enough heavy metal to make this thing a done deal. So it's difficult to call. The Russians have got a new sole commander for the battle in the south. That's smarter. He's brutal. He's a veteran of Russian brutality in Syria. And actually, in a funny way, that gives me hope. Because the best commanders in World War II were not brutal. They were intelligent. They played chess well. And just getting a fascist pig in charge of your army isn't the right way to go. So I remain optimistic, but there's genuine cause for worry for the second battle. Let's see what happens. Love from Kyiv.
The second battle. Battle for Donbass, to the south. Video from Ukraine's 59th Motorized Brigade reportedly showing Russian troops running away from Ukrainian artillery strikes. Let's also go ahead and do a viewer check-in. It is Member Monday, so if you're wondering why you cannot comment, this is a viewer-funded, viewer-sponsored stream. The live stream is. So I'm gonna open the feed really quick to everybody that's subscribed, and drop a comment where you're tuning in from. What city, what state, where in the world you guys are watching from, if you have not done so. Comment in the YouTube chat. Mondays only. Perth, Australia tuned in. How you doing, Seattle, Washington? Oh, okay. That what? 15 seconds in? Wow. And so they hit a target, and then all the soldiers that were in the wood line here run. So they hit a target, and then you see the soldiers all run out onto the street. All the soldiers on the road. Video from Ukraine's 59th Motorized Brigade reportedly showing Russian troops running away from Ukrainian artillery strikes. They're not. There's people. You guys can't see all the soldiers running on the street? Watch the street. You can see them. They take cover for a second and then they get up. These are all people right here that are running. Watch this. All right. So you guys are watching the field. All right. They start running out here and then they run up the street. So watch the people start running out of the tree line right here and then they run up. There's a whole group. So here now they're all up here now on the road. Then they take cover. They all lay down because another incoming. So they all lay down. Like some Benny Hill. All right. Battle for Dome. Oh, that was on the March 26th. That's not new. Now let's go back to our list. Let me see. The White House expected to name new commander to lead Allied forces in Europe. Army General Cavoli to be nominated for European Command. Biden to tap new general to lead Special Operation Forces. Army General Christopher Cavoli, the current commander of the U.S. Army Europe, is slated to head U.S. European Command. A top American Army general in Europe is expected to be elevated to lead all U.S. and allied forces, U.S. officials said, marking the biggest change to NATO military leadership since Russia invaded Ukraine in February. New general. What's this here? Helping defenders, Kharkiv residents feel safe. The kitchen has been organized through social networks and more than 7,000 lunches are prepared daily for armed forces, the armed forces and civilians. The confidence of the military is conveyed to us. We will not let them down. They will not let us down. Volunteers are convinced of victory. So a kitchen organized 7,000 lunches helping the people of Kharkiv.
В Инстаграме в сторис увидела у кого-то, что требуется помощь на кухне, поэтому оказалась здесь.
All right, y'all. Remember Monday. Mondays only. So you probably check in with you guys towards the end of the stream again. I'm going to put it back on. Oh, man. Is YouTube lagging now? There we go. All right. So let's continue on. Zelensky tweeted 34 minutes ago. He continued the dialogue with Prime Minister Mark Rutte to discuss defense support, Ukraine, and counteraction in the Netherlands. Minister President of the Netherlands. They discussed defense support in our action to the Russian aggression, the need to strengthen sanctions and punish all those guilty of the heinous crimes of the aggressor on Ukrainian land. We will continue to coordinate efforts to achieve peace in Ukraine. The Nehammer holds talks with Putin, says sanctions will remain as long as Ukrainians are dying. Austrian Chancellor Karl Nehammer told Russian dictator Vladimir Putin that sanctions would increase. He added that he saw the immeasurable suffering caused by the Russian war. Wow. Ukrainian defenders with four-legged friends. So the dogs of Ukraine that are helping the armed forces. And cats too. Dogs and cats. Let me see.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims.
Oops. I should not my. How do you go? All right. I got my other camera fixed. We're good to go. Car ride near destroyed in a car ride near destroyed building in Mariupol. Oh my god, dude. I'm so, oh my god, Facebook is so, dude. Well, apparently that was a copyrighted sound. Facebook just blocked my stream. Great. Awesome. Monday's going great. Monday's going awesome. Facebook just took down the last hour and nearly 2 hours of work. Sweet. Needed that. So, Facebook streams blocked now. Oh my god. Can't stand Facebook's blocked. Great. Great. Well, I mean, YouTube's been solid the whole time. I don't know. Ended it because of the audio, apparently. There was a copyrighted audio. Facebook, see, the difference between YouTube and Facebook is YouTube will leave your stream going, at least. If it's like an egregious, like you're sitting there streaming music, I mean, YouTube could end it, but YouTube at least will let you edit it afterwards. So 2 hours of work there blocked on Facebook. Great. All right, y'all. Hey, we'll be back tonight. I need to go have a safety meeting. I need to go run some errands too, get my desk. The stream was frustrating, but I mean, we got as much as we're gonna get from the morning. Yeah, no warning, just took it down. So I only use Facebook for Messenger anymore. So I'll probably just like share the stream on Facebook from now on. I'll share the YouTube stream on Facebook. And then just stream to YouTube. I mean, it's just, Facebook is just being annoying. We still post there. There's nearly 100,000 people on Facebook. Why am I blocked on YouTube? You're not. So what I think I'm going to do is go live just to YouTube for these type of streams. Obviously, like when I'm doing my reporting, again, I have my own, I have press badges. I got my own deal. So I think like when I'm live in person myself, I'll include Facebook, but it's like for these type of streams, they're not doing well on Facebook lately.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims showed evidence.
YouTube is better than Facebook. Thank you for opening the chat. You'd still like to know why Russia was at the earlier meeting. I thought they got the boot. So that was a humanitarian council. They got the boot. That was we were watching the Security Council. This is the United Nations Security Council.
Conditions permitted.
Are emerging of sexual violence by Russian soldiers against Ukrainian women and girls who are
so different committees in the UN. Thank you for all the hard work. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's bothersome. Time for a nap, probably. We'll be live again tonight, so these type of streams do better on YouTube anyways. Don't waste tomatoes. Has the new Russian convoy taken any hits? I have not seen any yet. We can look up that real fast. That new Russian convoy that's like 25 miles long. Russian convoy. Satellite images. Russian military convoy heads towards the Donbass region. Headed towards the city of Izium. Izium's here. Right here. From Kharkiv to Donetsk. It's like halfway. Yep, the UN meeting just ended. All right, y'all. Frustrating stream today, but not. I don't think it's any of it. I don't think it's my fault or y'all. It's Facebook. Really quick, here's a clip of a large amount of Russian military hardware at a train station in Belarus. Video was uploaded 6 hours ago. Yeah, we got the 420 likes. Still a 420 friendly stream. Still is, believe it or not. What is this here? A Russian T-70. What is that? What? In Mariupol? Why do they have a... What?
Парни, откуда трофей такой?
Why the fuck do they got an American flag on the back of their tank? Propaganda, that's why. That's why. The symbolism, you get the... Oh, dude. This is the reason, like, listen, oh, man. Why our flag? To get everybody to hate it, or to get you're putting an American flag on this piece of equipment that's destroying civilian buildings and killing civilians. And they're also fighting. They're also fighting an enemy, subconsciously trading their enemy to also hate this flag. So not only, I mean, they're doing two things at the same time. They're getting their enemy to also hate the symbolism of this flag while they're, you know what I mean? They're doing two things at once. A literal false flag. Like in a, if you had to put a mental image on what a false flag is, literally in like the, I don't know, the literal sense, non-metaphorical wording of it, that would be it right here. Well, think about that. Think about that one. All right, guys. See you guys at 9 p.m. Sorry it wasn't a better stream. Had issues. Facebook, I apologize if you came over from Facebook. The stream got blocked. We'll do what we can. I'll be likely just sharing the YouTube stream on the Facebook page. All right, so 9 p.m. We'll have the stream scheduled. You guys can get your notification here on YouTube. So your YouTube's been fine. I don't think we've had many issues on streaming with YouTube at all, actually. Like, hardly ever. It's always been like Facebook causing the stream to come down. So I am gonna, what I'll do is I'll do streams on Facebook. This is what I'll do. I will do discussion streams on Facebook, because I can do that right off my phone. I will do, for those that are members of the Facebook page, because there's lots of people that like to tune in on Facebook. They became supporters of the page, so we can't just like abandon Facebook, and that's not going to happen anyways. I will also, like, when I'm out reporting like protests or anything, I'm going to go live on Facebook for those still. But these type of streams really struggle on Facebook for some reason. These ones really struggle, like these type of streams, where I'm like reacting to news and we're pulling up video clips, and I'm not necessarily doing the report. I mean, I'm resourcing it and reacting to it with you guys, but I'm not like there. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. But I think what I'm going to do is for these type of streams is keep it on YouTube, share this stream on Facebook, and then do members only for those that are subscribers, or whatever they call it on Facebook. They were supporters, now you guys are subscribers. Those that pay monthly on the Facebook page to support, I will do exclusive streams for those guys, for those individuals. So that way we're still talking about it, and I'll digest over there. Okay. Make copyright music ban on Facebook. All right. So the streams, for if you're on YouTube now, nothing changes. You guys are fine. But I know a lot of you came from Facebook, and I'm just letting you know these streams will just be on YouTube, and then I will do in-depth breakdowns and chats with you guys that are supporters of the Facebook page. So that way we're still keeping it going. And of course, Facebook, we post every day. All these clips that you're seeing, Facebook gets a post every few hours. So if you're on the Facebook page, you're getting news all the time. So YouTube is just a better video platform for this type of a stream. Okay, guys, thank you so much. See you again tonight. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll be posting the live stream schedule here in a couple hours, so you guys can get your early notification. See you guys tonight. Have a good afternoon.